RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game brought to you by Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance. Johnson's Corner, the most popular corner in Alton. Premier Title, professional service with a personal touch. Chuck West Agency, serving your insurance needs for 47 years. Rolling Hills, the friendliest golf course in the Riverbend. Roberts Motors in Alton and Wood River. Midwest Motorsports, your fun headquarters in Hartford. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Century 21 Seneca Edwards, big or small, we sell them all. Altonized Community Credit Union, offering lower rates on loans and higher rates on savings. Eagle Home Improvement, call us today for a free home estimate. Auto Centers Nissan, where you always buy it right. Ralph G. Pasley Custom Homes, working together to build one dream at a time. Baxter's on Broadway in Alton, where great parties begin. And Berger Automotive, where customer service comes first.
That rivalry with Roxana over the years and the rivalry with East Alton, Wood River, and other rivalries over the years. But this rivalry with Carlinville goes all the way back to the 70s when you were coaching and Andy Easton was coaching. And there was no conference, for Marquette, and yet still some classic games over the years against Carlinville, playoff games against Carlinville. And here it is tonight at Public School Stadium, and a conference championship game, and a true conference championship game. There will be no doubt at the end of the night who the conference champion is. One team will finish the conference schedule at 5-0, and the other will finish at 4-1, and one will be crowned conference champion. And that's never happened, to my knowledge, in the South Central Conference in the 11 years that you came down to the final week and had two teams meet for the outright conference championship. As we speak here, the two teams are on the field, and the colors are being presented. And while the fans here pay tribute to America with the singing of the national anthem, we will take a break. It's Marquette and Carlinville coming up for the South Central Conference Championship at Public School Stadium in Alton. We'll return with more in just a moment. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports. Altonized Community Federal Credit Union has been dedicated to offering personalized, reliable service to meet the diversified financial need of each member since 1939. And on average, credit unions provide the best financial offerings with fewer fees, lower rates on loans, and higher rates on savings. Stop in today and learn about all the benefits of being a member of Altonized Community Federal Credit Union. And with only months left until Christmas, be sure to ask about their holiday loan special. Auto Centers Nissan, the largest Nissan dealer in Southern Illinois, is moving to a new state-of-the-art facility located near 255 in Wood River. This new facility at 1825 East Edwardsville Road will give us the ability to serve you even better. Along with award-winning service, we have huge selection, over 300 vehicles, including hard-to-find, high-line, and specialty cars. Come in and visit us today or check us out online at www.autocentersnissan.com, where you always buy it right. The singing of our national anthem prior to tonight's game between the Marquette Explorers and the Carlinville Cavaliers at Public School Stadium in Alton. And we mentioned Marquette at 6-1 overall, 4-0 in the conference. Carlinville 4-3 overall, 4-0 in the conference. And these teams have had 5 common opponents. Both teams lost to Greenville. Marquette lost to Greenville by a margin of 42-20, while Greenville was defeated 31-10. Then the other 4 common opponents, of course, were all conference opponents. And, of course, both teams beat all 4 of those teams. And the only big difference in the common opponents is Marquette routed Gillespie 49-16 back in week 4, the first week of the conference schedule, where last week Carlinville edged Gillespie 13-12. But I don't know if you can gain anything by looking at scores against common opponents.
I don't think so, Sam. Gillespie has been a long-time opponent of Carlinville. That history goes back probably to the 1890s. But it's always a big night in Macoupin County when those two schools get together. So I agree with you that trying to compare opponent scores, it isn't worth your time because it's going to be done on the field here tonight. And Maybe we could look at it afterwards, but there's no reason to make any conjectures at this point before we ever play the game.
Well, last week Marquette went on the road and defeated Roxana 43-0, but that was 6-0 at halftime. The Explorers played poorly in the first half and then came out and exploded for 30 points in the third quarter. Jared Zerwas, their leader, I believe he's the leader of this team, a leader by example, and quite an offensive threat and a steady performer on defense as well. He did not dress to start that game, dressed at halftime when the Explorers led only 6-0, but did not appear in that game. And it's unclear in my mind whether Coach Rick Reinhardt actually intended to try and use Zerwas in the second half and then didn't need to, or if he dressed him just to send a message to the rest of the team. But regardless of the intent, the Explorers came away with a victory. The good news is Zerwas is dressed here tonight and will play, suffering a high ankle sprain that he suffered 2 weeks ago, and the question is, how effectively will he play? Marquette will return the opening kick. It's a high short kick, but it bounds around and finally picked up by the Explorers at the 15, and out to the 19 goes the return man. And that was Cecil Brimage as one of the up men tried to come up. That was Steve Utley, and he couldn't field it up at about the 25. And finally, Brimage picked it up and could return it only to the 19. So the Explorers with the first possession, and they will try to get something going on offense. Marquette, one of the top offensive teams around, as is Carlinville. And now here's the pitch to Zerwas, trying to sweep the left side, spins off a tackler, crosses the 20, and takes it out to the 22, maybe the 23-yard line. And Zerwas, in motion from the right wing-back position, swept the left side and made a nice move at the 20-yard line and took it out to the 23 for a gain of 3. Second down and 7 for the Explorers right there. So Zerwas gets a touch on the very first play. From the 22-yard line this time, the give up the middle to Newquist. And Newquist stacked up after a short gain, a gain of a yard. Out to the 24-yard line, brings about 3rd and 6.
Newquist ran into a wall right there. He picked up a yard, but it was hard won.
So now 3rd and a long 5, nearly 6 for Marquette. Just shy of their own 25-yard line. They put a man in motion to the right side and give it on the counter. That's Jake Harrison. He crosses the 25 and takes it out to the 27. And Marquette will be forced into a punting situation, facing 4th and 3. Harrison picked up 3 on that carry.
Harrison came on a little short trap back over over his left tackle, and he maybe picked up 2 at the most.
Corey Marin stands back inside his own 15-yard line in punt formation. Awaiting the snap, he gets a good snap, gets the kick away under heavy pressure, and it will be returned from the 41 out to the 45 and out to the 47 or 48-yard line. Goes Dusty Haynes further, and the Cavaliers will start with very good field position on their first possession of the evening, starting at their own 47-yard line. First and, well, they put it down at the 46. But regardless, it's good field position either way. And the Cavaliers, under the direction of senior quarterback Greg Kirkland, come to the line. They start in the power I formation, and here's the pitch back and a sweep to the right side and out across midfield to the 45 of the Explorers. Down to the 44 goes Dane Walker, their leading rusher. And Walker picks up 9 to the Marquette 45-yard line before he's run out of bounds on the far sideline. 2nd and 1 for the Cavaliers.
Carlinville changed their offense about the 3rd or 4th ball game of the season. They usually ran the double wing with a lot of option to it. Now they're into the last time they were in a double tight wishbone.
Now here is the give. This time the fullback, Bullion, up the middle, and he pounds his way down to the Marquette 45-yard line. A gain of 10 on that carry for T.J. Bullion, their fullback. And Carlinville's had some fullbacks over the years, haven't they?
No, they have.
I'm sure you used to have nightmares about those fullbacks, didn't you?
When I was coaching.
Yeah. So the first down of the evening belongs to the Cavaliers, 1st and 10 at the Marquette 35. Now here is the give again, the fullback right up the middle, dragging tacklers with him. First down yardage again, inside the 25 of the Explorers, down to the 23. A pickup of 12 on that carry for the Cavaliers. And that time on the carry, it was number 44, Justin Frankfurt.
Well, Carlinville is just blowing the Marquette defensive line off the line of scrimmage.
So gains of 9, 10, and 12 yards on the first 3 plays. And again, they go right up the gut, and this time the Explorers stack it up, but not until the ball carrier takes it inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. And that time, it was Frankfurt again. And he picks up 4. 2nd down and 6, Cavaliers at the Marquette 19-yard line. Carlinville's first possession of the game. From that wishbone, the pitch back, Walker trying to sweep the right side. He cuts it upfield, has good yardage inside the 15 down to the 11-yard line. A gain of 8 on that carry for Dane Walker, and he's going to be very close to a first down.
A little toss sweep to the right side into the side which is split in had lined up, and they just set both backs and the quarterback out in front of the ball carrier.
It is a first down, and now again they give it to the fullback Frankfurt, and this time he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A gain of only a yard on that carry for Frankfurt, the fullback. 2nd and 9, Cavaliers at the Marquette 10. So Frankfurt, I think actually Frankfurt had the first carry of the game as well, so he's got 4 carries for 27 yards. 2nd down and 9, Carlinville at the Marquette 10. And here's the give again, the fullback Frankfurt, and again he's stacked up for a short gain. He surges forward, and they give him forward progress just inside the 9, a gain of another yard. And I think Mitch Woolner was the first to hit him. He wrapped him up, grabbed his ankle, and then other teammates filled. A gain of 2 on that carry brings about 3rd and 7.
Well, it's 3-down territory, Sam, so the Cavaliers are going to take 2 shots at it.
They bring a play in from the far sideline. And they face 3rd and 7 just inside the Marquette 9-yard line. A receiver to the right side, backs in the wishbone. And they run the counter to Dane Walker right up the middle. He's in for the touchdown. Walker from 9 yards out, and the Cavaliers break on top.
What they did was on a crossing counter out of that wishbone, and the running back,
that was Dane Walker.
Dane Walker went over the right side. 9 yards for the touchdown.
And now the Cavaliers with the extra point attempt to try to make it 7-0. They line it up, the snap, the spot, the kick. It's up, it's high, it's long, it's good. The extra point off the toe of Chris Walker. And so a 54, check that. Yes, it was a 54-yard touchdown drive. All on the ground for the Cavaliers, and with 7:37 remaining in the first quarter, it's Carlinville 7, Marquette nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
There's no better place to get ready for Halloween than Baxter's. Need a costume for Halloween? Baxter's has a huge selection of costumes for rent. Having a Halloween party? Baxter's has aisles and aisles of spooky decorations, plus lots of fun and creepy toys for your trick-or-treaters. Pirates and princesses are big this year, but Baxter's can help you create your very own theme party with their 60-plus years of ideas. Make one stop to the place where great parties begin. Baxter's in Alton on Broadway. Baxter's business is fun.
Berger Automotive is ranked #1 for fixing cars right the first time and #1 for customer satisfaction. Berger Automotive can work on all models of vehicles and is your full-service car specialist for oil changes, major mechanical, body work, collision repairs, and tires. Loaner cars are available. Berger by the Bridge is better.
Honesty and integrity, that's Berger Automotive. Berger Automotive.
Here's Cecil Brimage on the kickoff return for the Explorers from his own 1 out across the 10 to the 13 or 14-yard line, where he tries to reverse his field, and he is smothered. And
Cecil needs to run east and west rather than north and south.
He tried to put the brakes on there and go in a different direction, and that just didn't work. And so the Explorers, losing the field position battle here, start 1st and 10 just shy of their own 14-yard line. Marquette went 3 and out on their first possession. The Cavaliers drove 54 yards for a touchdown, and now here is Vest on the running the option, pitches it back, and that play goes nowhere. I believe that was Jake Harrison who was the pitch back, as they ran the option to the left side, and Marquette loses. Well, they get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the carry for Jake Harrison, who says to Max Vest, next time just keep that one yourself, because Harrison was covered when he took that pitch and was hit immediately. 2nd down and 10 for the Explorers from their own 14-yard line. Now nearly midway through the first quarter, Carlinville leading 7-0. Here is the give. Here's Zerwas trying to work the right side, cuts it back up inside, and takes it out across the 15 to about the 19-yard line. That's a gain of 5 for Jared Zerwas when there really wasn't much there. 3rd and 5 for the Explorers. So Zerwas on that tender ankle, 2 carries for 8 yards.
Well, you're limited on what you can do because of the field situation.
The Explorers deep in their own territory. And now there is a fumbled snap. Vest picks it up and throws a pass, completes it. 1st down, yardage and then some to Keenan. Zach Keenan out to the 34-yard line before he's run out of bounds. And so the Explorers pick up 15 on what looked like a busted play as Vest dropped the snap, picked it up, alertly looked downfield, and connected with Keenan for the first down for the Explorers tonight. Not the way they drew it up, but effective nonetheless.
I don't think so.
But Keenan stayed with it, stayed with his route, even though the snap was bobbled. And a 1st down for the Explorers at their own 34-yard line. Here's the give right up the middle. That's Larry Newquist, and Newquist gets a yard out to the 35, but no more. 2nd and 9 Explorers. So Newquist, 2 carries, and he picked up a yard on each carry. 5:30 and counting remaining here in the first quarter. Carlinville leading 7-0. Drew Schwartz wide to the right side. Zach Keenan wide left. And those 2 wings are split as well. And a pass. Oh, there's Harrison wide open at midfield. And 1st down for the Explorers down to the 46. Harrison was wide open out in the right flat, and Vest hit him immediately in a big play there for Marquette. It goes from their 35 to the 46. Good for 19 yards.
Well, that's what the Explorers have to do because Carlinville is running an 8-man front right at them.
Now here's the give to Vest kept it himself and turns it upfield, working the left side, takes it inside to 45, down to the 44-yard line, a gain of 2 on that carry from Max Vest. They ran the option to the left side after faking the handoff to the fullback up the middle. 2nd and 8 for the Explorers at the 44 of the Cavaliers. The clock rolling with 4:40 remaining in the first quarter. Carlinville leading 7-0. Now Vest in the shotgun with 2 receivers to each side of the field. Jake Harrison goes in motion to the left side, and the Explorers run it to the right side to run the option. Pitch back to Newquist inside to 40 down to the 36-yard line. And a dandy action of the option there. And that's going to be close to a 1st down, but not quite. Well, it is a 1st down. They give him the 1st down. And so that one goes for a gain of about 10 yards.
That's the first time I've seen that happen in a long time, is the quarterback breaks the perimeter of the line of scrimmage and then laterals once he's past the line of scrimmage.
And it was a long lateral. He tossed that ball back almost 8 yards. Now a shovel pass. Newquist up the middle inside the 30, 25, 20. Dragging tacklers down to the 16-yard line. And a gain of 20 on that shovel pass from Vest to Newquist.
Well, that's something we haven't seen since the days of John Waters. The shovel pass is the quarterback giving a little underhand toss to one of the running backs up through the middle.
And it was Newquist that time. 1st and 10 Explorers at the 16 of the Cavaliers. Receivers left and right. They put a man in motion to the left side, and they run the option to the left side. Vest keeps it himself and turns it up to the, no gain on the play. They'll say his knee went down right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 for the Explorers right there. The Explorers have done a good job, really, of mixing things up here between running options, running sweeps, running wing counters, and
once they
throwing
got
the
out of their
football.
own end of the field, they were able to open it up.
2nd and 10 Explorers at the 16 of the Cavaliers. And here is the give to Zerwas. Zerwas, good running room, on his feet at the 5. Zerwas in for the touchdown. Jared Zerwas with his 19th touchdown of the season. It comes from 16 yards out, following the block of Larry Newquist into the line. And once Zerwas broke the line of scrimmage, he ran to daylight, he ran to the end zone, and the Explorers are within an extra point of tying it up. Now, they line it up for the crucial extra point attempt. Low snap, Vest gets it down, and Marin gets it up to tie long, and it is good. 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. It's Marquette 7, Carlinville 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports. Century 21 Seneca Edwards has been serving the community for over 30 years and prides itself on customer service. If you're in the real estate market, they provide the experience and service you need to make the best decisions. They offer over 50 exceptional agents who are highly trained to help you through the buying and selling process. With offices in Godfrey, Brighton, and Staunton, Century 21 Seneca Edwards is bridging the gap in the real estate industry. Check them out online at c21seehomes.com.
What do I need to do to sell you a car today?
Roberts Motors, 2 locations, Alton and Wood River.
With John Rogers, Sam Stem back at Public School Stadium in Alton with 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Marquette and Carlinville tied at 7, and Zach Keenan set to kick it away for the Explorers. And he hits it deep. Dane Walker knocks it down and finally falls on it at the 5-yard line, and that's a big break for the Explorers. I think if Walker had let it go, it would have gone into the end zone, but he went racing over towards the far sideline, knocked it down about 5 yards from the sideline, and then tried to go back and get it. His feet slipped, and all he could do was cover it up. And the Cavaliers start in a big hole. A correction, I said Zerwas scored his 19th of the season. It, in fact, was his 18th. He's got 18 now. The school record is 25. And he's got tonight and next week to see what he can do about that. But the more important thing here is trying to beat Carlinville, who starts 1st and 10 from their own 5-yard line. They give it to Frankfurt, the fullback. He gets back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2nd and 10, Cavaliers. Well, Zerwas is hobbled. He's got a bad ankle, but they've used him sparingly here so far tonight, but he paid big dividends there with that 16-yard touchdown run.
It was strictly a Zerwas run. In and out, jumping over defenders.
Now here's that crossing counter, and Walker is hit after a short gain. They're going to give him forward progress out to maybe the 8 for a gain of 3 for Dane Walker. And when that play started to develop, it looked to me like there was more there than what he got. He ended up with 3 yards as the Explorer defense closed quickly. So Dane Walker now 4 carries for 29 yards. Jared Zerwas 3 carries for 24 yards for the Explorers. Each has scored a touchdown. Out of a double tight wishbone. Here's the give on the double lead. That's Walker. Dane Walker stacked up. Oh, he's still on his feet, and he's got first down yardage out to the 18-yard line. It looked like they had him stop back at the 14, and he broke loose and took it out to the 18. A gain of 10 on that carry, and the 5th first down of the night for the Cavaliers. That could be a big play.
That was a big play because that would have forced Carlinville to punt the ball back to the Explorers. Here they get another shot.
1st and 10, Cavaliers from their own 18-yard line. Double tight wishbone. Here is the give. Walker working. Well, it's not Walker that time, but the running back takes it out to the 25-yard line. And as they unstack, that time on the carry, it was number 40, Eddie Ray. And Ray picks up 7 on that carry. His first carry of the night. 2nd down for the Cavaliers. 2nd and 3 from their own 25-yard line. Again, wishbone formation, and here's the give to the fullback, Frankfurt. He's got first down yardage out to the 30 before he's finally met. And that was Angelo Cross who stood him up. A pair of 44s meeting at the 30-yard line. And when Frankfurt was met by Cross, Frankfurt went straight backwards, but not until he had picked up 5 yards and the 6th first down of the night for the Cavaliers. Glad you're tuned in here tonight on WBGZ Alton, also at AltonDailyNews.com online, and you can check out live streaming video at RiverBender.com as well. We are live with the streaming video. Now Walker on the carry, and he'll lose yardage as he does not get back to the line of scrimmage. They stack him up at the 29-yard line for a loss of 1 for Dane Walker on that carry. And that may be the final play of the first quarter. We'll see. Carlinville could get another play in as we're down to 20 seconds and counting. Or they could elect to just let the time run out as they face 2nd and 11 from their own 29-yard line. They come to the line of scrimmage with 10 seconds remaining on the first quarter clock. And now they split out of a double tight wishbone and put a pair of wideouts to each side of the field. And now illegal procedure. They'll have illegal motion against the Cavaliers as they beat the clock by 1.3 seconds. But somebody moved prior to the snap, and that'll turn 2nd and 11 into 2nd and 16. And they'd have been better off to let the clock run out. That's the first time they shifted out of that double tight wishbone.
Right, and the thing is that they wanted to get the thing off as quickly as possible, not beating the clock, beating the Explorer defense. And they had at least 2 or 3 people in motion.
They outsmarted themselves. That is the first penalty of the night. 2nd and 16 Cavaliers, and now they roll the clock and the time expires before the Cavaliers can get the snap. So we've played 12 minutes and settled nothing. After 1 quarter of play, it's Marquette 7, Carlinville 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Thinking about doing some home improvement? The time has never been better than right now thanks to Eagle Home Improvement. We can handle all your remodeling needs, including windows, siding, sunroofs, roofs, decks, and so much more. Right now, save 33% on Eagle Board energy efficient siding. Save 25% on Eagle Series Gold Collection windows. Save 10% on sunroofs and 15% on the project of your choice. We even offer financing for all your remodeling needs. Call Eagle Home Improvement today for a free in-home estimate. 618-259-2500.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance today at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
With John Rogers, Sam Stem back at Public School Stadium in Alton. Marquette 7, Carlinville 7. The winner will go undefeated in the South Central Conference West and be the conference champion, as tonight is the final conference game And a big crowd on hand here at Public School Stadium in Alton. And 7-7 as we start the second quarter. 2nd and 16 Cavaliers from their own 24-yard line. They give it to the fullback, and he goes nowhere. He is stacked up, met by a host of Explorer tacklers. That was Frankfurt once again. And he may have gained a yard, but it's going to be 3rd and 15.
Well, the Explorers smelt that out as soon as they broke their formation. The linebacker, I think it was Newquist, just came right up over the middle and was beat. He beat the snap.
So now 3rd and 15 for the Cavaliers. By the way, Zerwas is playing defense on that tender ankle, so he's going both ways after missing last week's game. Now here is the give on a counter, and lots of running room for Ray up the middle. Breaks it outside to the left side, and down the left sideline he goes into Explorer territory all the way down to the Explorer 44-yard line.
Well, what Carlinville did was to run that spread formation and then run the counter out. The same thing that they ran out of the double tight wishbone, they ran it out of the spread.
31 yards on that carry for Eddie Ray, and the 7th first down of the night for the Cavaliers. This drive started at their 5-yard line. They converted now 2 big 3rd downs in this possession and have it 1st and 10 at the Marquette 44-yard line. The pitch back, and here's Eddie Ray trying to sweep the left side. He's got good running room inside the 40 before he's bumped out of bounds at the 39-yard line. But he picks up 5 on that carry. And Eddie Ray on 3 carries has picked up 43 yards.
Eddie Ray is a 5'9", 170-pound sophomore.
So remember that name. You'll see more and hear more of him in the future. But he's been a big factor here on a couple of plays already this evening. 2nd and 5 Cavaliers at the Marquette 39-yard line. Now they shift into a wing formation and give it to Frankfurt. Justin Frankfurt, the fullback, is going to be close to first down yardage. He will have a first down at the Marquette 34-yard line and pick up a 5 on that carry for Frankfurt, but that's exactly what he needed to pick up the 8th first down of the night for the Cavaliers.
Frankfurt is a 6'1", 210 senior fullback. He's a load.
Marquette went 3 and out on its first possession. Carlinville drove 54 yards for a touchdown on its first possession. Marquette then drove 84 yards on its second possession for a touchdown. Carlinville on its second possession has started at their own 5. They now have it in Explorer territory. Eddie Ray sweeping the left side, takes it inside the 30. Or is pushed out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 3 as he didn't cross the 30. So 3 on that carry for Eddie Ray. So really neither defense has distinguished itself yet. And that's somewhat understandable as these two teams came in as the top 2 offensive leaders in the South Central Conference West. Both with hefty scoring averages. Now whistles and flags at the snap. And let's see what the call is here. Did the Cavaliers move? Did the Explorers line up offside? Here comes the call. And the Cavaliers are backing up. Illegal procedure against Carlinville. A 5-yard walk-off. Their second penalty of the night. Both for illegal procedures. Both on this possession. 2nd and 12 Cavaliers just outside the Marquette 36-yard line. 9:29 remaining in the second quarter. Marquette 7, Carlinville 7. Double tight wishbone. Now they shift out of it and go into a double wing formation. Put a man in motion to the right side and run a counter to Ray to the left side. And the Explorers sniff that out, and Ray picks up a couple back to about the 34-yard line. The tackle made there by Jared Zerwas, who came up from his cornerback position. And Ray picks up only 2, and it brings about 3rd and 10. The clock rolling with 8:54 remaining in this first half. Each team scored a touchdown in the first quarter. And we've played 3 minutes and 15 seconds here in the second quarter. Double tight wishbone for the Cavaliers. Again, they shift out of it and go to a double wing formation and give it to Walker, trying to sweep the right side. He's to the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. He picks up about 5 on that carry, but it brings about 4th and 6. He picked up 4 on the carry and brings about 4th and 6 for the Cavaliers.
And guess who's there to make the tackle? Zerwas.
Well, the question is, now he comes off the field, does Zerwas, and the question is, how long will that ankle hold up? And immediately, the Dr. Vest, the team doctor, goes to him and checks on his well-being. But a big 4th down play here, 4th and 6 Cavaliers at the Marquette 29. They pitch it to the left side. Ray will rush for first down yardage and then some. He takes it down to the Explorer 20-yard line, and the Cavaliers just cleared out the Marquette defense on that side of the field. And a pickup of about 9 on that carry for Eddie Ray and a first down. The 9th of the night. And Eddie Ray, the sophomore, now has rushed for 57 yards on 6 carries. 1st and 10 at the Marquette 19-yard line. Double tight. Well, it's not double tight. They have a receiver to the left side, but it was the wishbone formation. And here's Justin Frankfurt just pounding his way up the middle, running over tacklers all the way down to the 11-yard line. A gain of 8 on that carry for Frankfurt.
Well, this is what Carlinville wants to do, is to just grind it out and keep the Explorer offense off the field.
Well, Marquette showed the ability early on this drive to stuff that fullback dive. But as soon as they did, they started running Ray outside with some success. And that kind of opened the middle up again. 2nd and 2 Cavaliers at the Marquette 11. Now the give to Ray, and Ray takes it inside the 10 down to the 6-yard line. A gain of 5 on that carry and another first down. And Carlinville has the running game going right now. They stopped the clock with 6:52 remaining in the first half to move the chains. 1st and goal Cavaliers at the Marquette 6. This drive started at their 5 as they mishandled the Marquette kickoff. And they converted 2 big 3rd downs on this drive, early in this drive. 1st and goal at the Marquette 6. Double tight wishbone. And here is the give to Walker. Dane Walker finds running room to the right side. Inside the 5. Down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 4 on that carry. 2nd and goal at the 2. Carlinville has really spread things around. Walker 8 carries for 46 yards. Frankfurt 10 carries for 48 yards. Ray 7 carries for 62 yards. So they have utilized all 3 backs. You can't key on one back. 2nd and goal at the 2. And here's the give to Walker. Stacked up, bounces off, trying to run into the left side, and he's in for the touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown run, but he ran about 30 yards to get there. And he looked a lot like Jared Zerwas on that carry. They tried to run it to the right side. The Explorers stacked it up. And Walker bounced to the outside and just outran everybody to the far side of the field and got in the end zone. It'll go down as a 2-yard touchdown run. His 2nd touchdown of the night for Dane Walker. And now the extra point attempt by Brian Walker upcoming as Carlinville regains the lead. And they line things up for the conversion attempt. The snap, the spot, the kick. It's up, it's high, it's long. And it's good. 5:51 remaining in the first half. Carlinville 14, Marquette 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports. It's time to book a date for your fall banquet and holiday party at Johnson's Corner. The banquet room at Johnson's Corner seats up to 80, and you can choose either a buffet or sit-down meal. Johnson's Corner will also cater to your home party, workplace, employee appreciation party, birthday party, or a holiday party. When Johnson's Corner caters, you can count on prompt personal service, and afterwards, they'll even clean up the food mess. Call for available dates, 465-5640. Johnson's Corner, the most popular corner in Alton.
Midwest Motorsports, one of the largest dealers in the area with over 12,000 square feet of showroom, featuring Yamaha, Suzuki, Polaris, and Sea-Doo. We also have a wide assortment of accessories and apparel, as well as a service department with factory-trained technicians. Midwest Motorsports, just south of Alton in Hartford, Illinois on Route 3, 4 miles north of I-270. Visit our website at MidwestMotorsports.com.
The South Central Conference Championship game on a Saturday night at Public School Stadium in Alton. Carlinville has had 2 possessions and has touchdown drives of 54 and 95 yards. Marquette has had 2 possessions. They had a 3-and-out and a touchdown drive of 84 yards. And Marquette, now trailing by 7, gets the football back right here as Brian Walker kicks it away for the Cavaliers. It's a high short kick taken by one of the upmen for the Explorers at the 25 and out to the 30-yard line. On the return, Van Doren. And Marquette will start 1st and 10 as they give Van Doren forward progress to the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 right there. So the defense for each team not making a lot of noise early on. Carlinville stopped Marquette on a 3-and-out on their first possession, but then the Explorers put a long drive together on their second possession. Marquette with trips to the right side. They run the option to the right side, and Vest keeps it himself. He has Zerwas as his trail back, but Max Vest crosses the 35 and takes it out to the 38-yard line for a gain of 7 on that carry. Well, they'll put him down at the 37 for a gain of 6. 2nd down and 4 for Marquette from their own 37-yard line. Plenty of time for the Explorers to mount a drive here and try to tie things before halftime. Down to 5:12 and counting, remaining in the first half. Zerwas in motion to the right side. They run the counter to Jake Harrison to the left side, and Harrison takes it to the 40-yard line. A gain of 3 to bring about 3rd and a long yard. Harrison was the wing back to the right side, and he came back on the counter as they gave all the motion to the right side. And now 3rd and 1 for Marquette. Well, Carlinville converted on 2 big 3rd downs on that 95-yard touchdown drive, and let's see if the Explorers convert on 3rd and 1. Split backs with a wing to the left side, and here is the give to Zerwas following the block of Newquist, and Zerwas has the first down out across the 40 to the 44-yard line. He picked up 5 on that carry. And a first down for the Explorers, their 6th of the night. Zerwas just gave a little shake and bake there at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Carlinville had to realize he was going to get the ball on a 3rd and 1.
So now, Drew Schwartz checks out of the game for the Explorers. Marquette sends a receiver wide to the left side, and here's the give to Zerwas, working the left side, and not much there, but he puts his head down and drags tacklers across the 45 out to the 46-yard line for a gain of 2 for Zerwas. His 5th carry of the night for a total of 31 yards. His long gainer was a 16-yard touchdown run. Other than that, he hasn't broken one yet. Marquette sends Keenan wide to the left side. Wide right goes Bryce Smith. And here is Max Vest with a shovel pass to Newquist across midfield to the 48 of the Cavaliers. And that play good for about 5 yards, brings about 3rd and 3.
That's the second time in this half that the Explorers have used that shovel pass.
Both times to Newquist. By the way, Max Vest is 4 for 4 for 59 yards. So far his best passing night. Now Drew Schwartz wide left. Here is the give on to Zerwas. First down yardage and then some inside the 45 of the Cavaliers all the way down to the 41-yard line. And a first down for Marquette after a 9-yard pickup by Zerwas. Marquette's 7th first down of the night. And Zerwas just followed Larry Newquist into the line. Newquist provided a good block. Zerwas saw an opening and picked up 9. 10 first downs on the night for the Cavaliers, 7 for the Explorers. 1st and 10 at the Carlinville 41. Here is Vest keeping it on the bootleg to the right side, and he is spun down after no gain on the play. They faked a handoff to Zerwas to the left side, and Vest just bootlegged it out to the right side and didn't fool anybody. No gain.
Well, Marquette is trying to run this on a quick count, and that's fine. But their wideouts are just barely getting situated. There's going to be a procedure penalty here if they don't hustle up or change the cadence.
Down to 2:10 and counting remaining in the first half. Marquette trailing by 7. 2nd and 10 at the Carlinville 41. Now Vest in the shotgun, and they run the option to the left side, and the pitch back to Zerwas is a bad one, and Zerwas just covers it back at the line of scrimmage. I'm not so sure that wasn't a forward pass, but they actually had an option really to run the shovel pass to Newquist up the middle, or to run a running option to the left side to Zerwas. And Vest, who was in trouble early, tried to pitch it back to Zerwas. It got away. Zerwas covered it for no gain. We were looking right down the line of scrimmage, and I really thought it was a forward pass, but not the way the officials saw it. Now Vest drops to throw, 3-step drop. Oh, he had Harrison on the slant on the right side and just missed it. Jake Harrison was open out there. Actually, was that Bryce Smith? It was Bryce Smith who ran a slant, and he was open at about the 28-yard line, but Vest's pass was a little bit short.
Well, on that 84-yard touchdown drive that the Explorers had, they put the ball up 3 or 4 times with success.
Now Corey Marin in punt formation will try to pin Carlinville back deep. A fair catch signal made, and Marin's punt is not handled. It goes into the end zone. It's going to be about a 21-yard net, but the Cavaliers will have to go 80 yards in a minute 8. And the Explorers didn't want to take any chances on 4th and 10 at the 41. And so now the Marquette defense back out onto the field. The Carlinville offense returns. Carlinville now with just its 3rd possession of the first half. Marquette in 3 possessions has had to punt twice and scored once. Carlinville, in his previous 2 possessions, put together long touchdown drives. They start 1st and 10 from their own 20 and give it to Frankfurt, the fullback, and he pounds his way out for 5 before he's stacked up to the 25-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5. And the clock runs now inside a minute. You wouldn't think Carlinville would take any chance deep in their own territory here with a 7-point lead, but the Explorers have to be alert for anything. Carlinville taking its time.
Well, they brought in a player from the sidelines. They may give it a try just once.
Down to 27 seconds and counting. Again, the give to the fullback. And he's got first down yardage out across the 30. And will stop the clock to move the sticks. That was Frankfurt once again, as he picked up 6 that time. Frankfurt 12 carries for 59 yards, nearly a 5-yard average. And let's see if Carlinville has no desire to use any timeouts. They roll the clock with 20 seconds remaining, and the Cavaliers may not even take a snap. They will not. They just stand back in the huddle. The final seconds, the final 10 seconds, will roll off the first half clock. And the Carlinville Cavaliers in this South Central Conference Championship game will take a 7-point lead to the locker room at the half. Carlinville 14, Marquette 7. Back to recap the first half of action in just a moment. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game brought to you by Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance. Johnson's Corner, the most popular corner in Alton. Premier title, professional service with a personal touch. Chuck West Agency, serving your insurance needs for 47 years. Rolling Hills, the friendliest golf course in the Riverbend. Roberts Motors in Alton and Woodriver. Midwest Motorsports, your fun headquarters in Hartford. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Century 21 Seneca Edwards, big or small, we sell them all. Altonized Community Credit Union, offering lower rates on loans and higher rates on savings. Eagle Home Improvement, call us today for a free home estimate. Auto Centers Nissan, where you always buy it right. Ralph G. Pasley Custom Homes, working together to build one dream at a time. Baxter's on Broadway in Alton, where great parties begin. And Berger Automotive, where customer service comes first.
It's halftime at Public School Stadium in Alton. My name is Sam Stem. Alongside is John Rogers. And Coach Rogers, I don't think we've seen anything here tonight that surprises us, have we? It's been a closely, tightly contested game. Carlinville has a 14-7 lead at the half, but nothing surprising about the competitiveness of this game. And the two things that struck me, no turnovers and only 2 penalties, and both were minor penalties against Carlinville for procedure, and that's kind of what you expect when you've got a couple of teams that have gone undefeated through the first 4 weeks of the conference.
No, you're right, Sam. Both teams know what's the game. This game is all about.
And they both came out well prepared and went toe-to-toe, and so far Carlinville has the best of it, leading 14-7. The Explorers received the opening kickoff for this game and went 3 and out. They kicked it away to the Cavaliers, and the Cavaliers started on a short field and promptly bounded on the long touchdown drive. The Explorers answered with a long touchdown drive of their own. Carlinville put together a second long touchdown drive. And then neither team was able to do much damage late, although Marquette drove into Carlinville territory there on the Explorers' third possession. Drive got stalled at the Carlinville 31. Explorers elected to play it safe. Carlinville eager in the territory of off the clock, and they take the 17 at halftime. John, I just wanted to read the Cafe scoring summary for us here at halftime.
Thank you, Sam. The Cavaliers got on the scoreboard first at the 7:37 mark, and Dane Walker went out from 9 yards out, and the extra point kick was good by Brian Walker. The Explorers got back into the ball game at the 3.
Did you know you can choose your own title company for your real estate transactions? Here are comments from people who chose Premier Title and Escrow Company.
Use them on an average 3 or 4 times a month.
We closed at the Premier office in Godfrey at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and I was back to work by 2:30.
They understand what I need when I call them, even if I can't express it properly to them.
For your next real estate transaction, choose Premier Title and Escrow Company in Godfrey, offering professional service with a personal touch.
It begins with a dream. It takes a steady hand and teamwork, and it ends in a dream come true. At Ralph G. Pasley Custom Homes, we custom design and build your home exactly the way you envision it. Whether you own your lot or you want to locate in one of our growing subdivisions, we'll build your home wherever your dream takes you. Call Ralph G. Pasley Custom Homes today at 800-377-3350, working together to build one dream at a time.
Sam Stem along with John Rogers back at Public School Stadium in Alton. Halftime, Carlinville leading Marquette by a score of 14-7, and this may be one of the largest crowds for a Marquette football game in quite a few years when you factor in the number of people from Carlinville on the far side of the field and the huge crowd here on the Marquette side of the field. And when you add them both up, it's pretty nice to see that many people in the stands out here supporting these young men playing high school football. It's what it's all about. And the good news, it worked out kind of nicely, I think, that tonight's game is the only game in town. So there's some folks here probably that don't have a vested interest in either Marquette or Carlinville, but they want to see a conference championship game unfold. And I don't think they've been disappointed thus far. And, of course, the gate always helps, too, right? You don't have to worry about that anymore.
No, I don't.
No. So the Explorers will kick it away. Zach Keenan will tee the ball at his own 40-yard line. And here at just 3 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock, the second half will commence.
That was a quick first half.
Yes, it was. Very well played, very crisply played. The officials let him play, and now Keenan's kick drives Walker back to his own 3, out across the 10 to the 15 to the 20. Oh, what a hit. What a hit. Dane Walker was just hammered. And I believe the man that hit him was 56, Tom Hendrick. And I mean, he got him good. Wow.
Now he's pumped up. I hope the rest, the other 10 are pumped up.
Yeah, and Dane Walker's probably saying, did somebody get the number of that bus? Because he was just hammered. And so the Cavaliers start 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line. They start double tight, wishbone formation, and here is the give to Dane Walker. Up the middle, he breaks a tackle, and he's going to go all the way for the touchdown. Maybe. He's being pursued from behind. He will go all the way. It's a 78-yard touchdown run for Dane Walker on the first play from scrimmage of the second half, and the Cavaliers strike. It's lightning in a bottle. Dane Walker, 78 yards for the touchdown.
He broke the line of scrimmage, and there was no one there. There was the Explorer futilely trying to catch up with him, but to no avail.
I think it was Zach Keenan that pursued him, but he just couldn't catch him. And that's the 3rd touchdown of the night for Dane Walker, and now Chris Walker with the extra point attempt to give Carlinville a 14-point lead. The snap, the spot, the kick. It's up, it's plenty high, it's plenty long, and it's good. So just like that, just 19 seconds into the second half, Carlinville with a 78-yard touchdown run, and the Cavaliers lead the Explorers 21-7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
There's no better place to get ready for Halloween than Baxter's. Need a costume for Halloween? Baxter's has a huge selection of costumes for rent. Having a Halloween party? Baxter's has aisles and aisles of spooky decorations, plus lots of fun and creepy toys for your trick-or-treaters. Pirates and princesses are big this year, but Baxter's can help you create your very own theme party with their 60-plus years of ideas. Make one stop to the place where great parties begin. Baxter's in Alton on Broadway. Baxter's business is fun.
It begins with a dream. It takes a steady hand and teamwork, and it ends in a dream come true. At Ralph G. Pasley Custom Homes, we custom design and build your home exactly the way you envision it. Whether you own your lot or you want to locate in one of our growing subdivisions, we'll build your home wherever your dream takes you. Call Ralph G. Pasley Custom Homes today at 800-377-3350, working together to build one dream at a time.
Well, Carlinville's Dane Walker is doing his best Jared Zerwas impersonation here tonight. Walker 10 carries, 126 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And Marquette will return the kick here. Again, a high short kick taken by one of the upmen. That's Andre Embry, and he takes it out to the 35, and the Explorers will start in good field position. And now Marquette really facing a lot of pressure here, John. They need to answer.
They didn't need to have that happen to them. You know, Carlinville scores right out of the chute at the beginning of the second half, and putting the Explorers 2 touchdowns down. And the way Carlinville controls the football, the Explorers may not have enough opportunities to score.
Now on the first down play, it's Zerwas right up the middle. Jared Zerwas. I think it was Zerwas. Let's see who gets up. Oh, it was. Jared Zerwas gets up a little bit gingerly, but he picked up 9 on the carry, all the way out to the 45 of the Cavaliers, 2nd and 1 for the Explorers. So the Explorers, now trailing by 14, desperately need to answer and then find a way to stop the Cavaliers, because Carlinville has scored on 3 of 4 possessions. Zerwas on a single lead to the right side, puts a move on, crosses midfield at the 45 of the Cavaliers, inside the 40 and dragged down from behind, and he gets up slowly, but he gets up down at the 36 of the Cavaliers.
He put a move on the Carlinville cornerback. I don't think that kid has seen anything like that before, because Zerwas just left him in his dust.
A 19-yard pickup on that carry for Jared Zerwas, and the 8th first down of the night for the Explorers. 1st and 10 at the Carlinville 36. When Zerwas runs, it looks like he's constantly shifting gears. Now here's the give right up the middle, and that's the fullback, Larry Newquist. And Newquist stacked up for no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. And there just hasn't been anything up the middle for Newquist. And that's not a commentary on his ability or his desire. It just isn't there. Carlinville is controlling the line of scrimmage, especially on those plays right up the gut. Now Drew Schwartz wide right. Zach Keenan wide left, double wing formation for the Explorers. They put Harrison in motion to the left side. Best drops to throw, and he hits Zerwas, and Zerwas is brought down immediately. Zerwas was crossing, just running down the line of scrimmage, and he caught the football, but gained no yardage on the play. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, that's a very difficult throw if you're a right-handed quarterback sprinting to your left and trying to throw it as quickly as Vest did. There was someone, it may have been Harrison, who was open further on down the field, but Vest didn't get a chance.
3rd and 10 Explorers at 36 of the Cavaliers. Receivers left and right. Vest back to throw. Lets it go down the right seam. He's got Harrison. Jake Harrison on his feet inside the 15, down to about the 12-yard line. And a first down for the Explorers. And a completion on that play. Good for 23 yards from Vest to Harrison.
But what Vest did there was pump to his left and then came back to his right to Harrison, and Harrison was wide open like he was in that end of the second period.
Now here is the give to Jared Zerwas as the Explorers go and make quick count, and Zerwas picks up a couple down to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 8 for the Explorers, and Zerwas comes up very gimpy. That ankle may not carry him much longer here tonight. He's doing it with guts right now. 2nd and 8 for the Explorers at the Carlinville 10-yard line, and Zerwas can barely walk as he goes and lines up as the halfback. And now the snap is fumbled as the Explorers, I thought the line moved before the snap came. And Vest recovered his own fumble there, and it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Explorers at the 10. They got to get Zerwas out of there, don't they? I think they are right now. Yeah, he checks out.
He is gimpy.
So now 3rd and 8 for the Explorer at the Cavalier 10-yard line. Pitch Schwartz wide right, put a man in motion to the left side, and Best rolls to his right under pressure. Now he's going to try to run with it. Tries to put a move on at the 10 and lose a couple of tacklers and takes it down to the 6-yard line. So gain of 4 on that carry, and now it's going to be 4th and 3 for the Explorers. 4th and a long 3. And what will they do here?
Well,
what would you do?
I
Go
would.
for it?
Oh yeah, they got to.
You wouldn't kick the field goal.
No.
Now Zerwas will check back in. Vest comes over and talks things over with head coach Rick Reinhardt. They just now set the ball ready for play. And Max Vest back out to share the play with his teammates. 4th and a long 3 for the Explorers. 4th and almost 4 at the 6. Double wing formation. Vest takes a snap and drops to throw. Looking into the end zone and overthrows his intended receiver, Zach Keenan. Keenan had a step in the end zone, but Vest just overlet him, and the Cavaliers will take over on downs. The Explorer drive dies at the 6. So, Marquette trailing by 14 will now have to figure out how to stop the Carlinville offense. The Cavaliers with 3 long touchdown drives in 4 possessions. In the 4th possession, they just ran the clock out at the end of the half. So Marquette really hasn't stopped them at all. The Cavaliers start 1st and 10 at their own 6. In the first half, they started to drive at their own 5 and put together a 95-yard touchdown drive. Now Dane Walker trying to sweep the right side, and he gets not much. He gets a couple of yards.
Maybe he's tired.
Out to about the 8-yard line, yeah, after that 78-yard touchdown run moments ago. Well, the Explorers almost answered and came up 1 play short there. Walker, 11 carries, 128 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 2nd down and 8 for the Cavaliers from their own 8-yard line. Double tight wishbone, and here's the give on the double lead. That's Walker again, and he goes nowhere. May have lost a yard on that carry. Actually, that time it was Eddie Ray. And he got back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Cavaliers, just outside their own 8-yard line. And a big 3rd down play here.
Yeah. There's a nice tackle that Cordy, the right defensive end, made.
Andrew Cordy on the tackle. So now 3rd and 8 Cavaliers from their own 8. They pitch it back to Walker, trying to sweep the right side. The Explorers string it out. There's nothing there. Drew Schwartz came up from his defensive back position and was there to meet Walker. Walker gained a couple, but no more. And 4th and 6 for the Cavaliers. They'll have to punt.
And this will be the first punt of the evening, I believe.
It will be indeed. And it will come from their own 9-yard line. Marquette sends Max Vest back in single safety to return this anticipated punt. The punter, Chris Walker, stands a yard deep in his own end zone. He gets a good snap and gets the kick away, and Vest will call for the fair catch at his own 48-yard line. The Explorers start 1st and 10. Right there, we're down to 5:07 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Marquette, on its last possession, drove down to the Carlinville 6, but on a 4th down play, 4th and 4, threw an incomplete pass into the end zone. Now the Explorers' Larry Newquist, their fullback, is down on the turf here on the Explorers sideline and being worked on. Looks like he's got a cramp in the right leg. Zerwas back out onto the field and is walking. Well, anyway, Utley in at the fullback position. They pitch it back to Zerwas, and he tries to sweep the right side. Steps inside a tackler at the 45, at the 40, runs over a tackler at the 35, on his feet at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and out of bounds. What a run by Jared Zerwas. honest to goodness, I've never seen anything like that in my life. That is one of the more thrilling runs I have ever seen. I've got goosebumps. I'm telling you. Unbelievable. And he's got a bum ankle and a holding play against the Explorers. We'll take some yardage off that. And I tell you, that was a thing of beauty. I mean, he made moves. He ran over people. He dragged tacklers with him. Wow. Took it all the way down to the 10-yard line. The flag lying back at the 25. So they'll move it back to the 34.
Illegal block in the back against the Explorers.
Illegal block in the back for the Explorers.
Let's cut the ball to the 34-yard line at Carlinville.
I can't begin to describe that run. I really can't. So he'll get credit for 26 yards on that run, and now a timeout is called by Carlinville. 4:54 remaining in the third quarter. It's Carlinville 21, Marquette 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports. Rolling Hills Golf Course, the friendliest golf course in the Riverbend area, has been providing an enjoyable golf experience and exceptional value for thousands of golfers every year. Rolling Hills offers a 27-hole golf facility, state-of-the-art driving range, and a clubhouse designed for tournament use. Bring out a few friends or have your next business meeting where you can enjoy a light lunch with cocktails and free Wi-Fi. Be good to yourself in your game. Come out and visit Rolling Hills Golf Course or see us online at rollinghillsgc.com.
Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep in a spacious apartment or villa home, with no upfront endowment and just one monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
Second and a long 7 for the Explorers. Just inside the 48 of the Cavaliers. Marquette will not snap. Well, they might. They have to hurry. Down to 7-6-5. They get to the line of scrimmage. Best looks over to the near sideline as if to say, should I snap it or not? And they do not snap it. That's the end of the third quarter. The score, Carlinville 21, Marquette 13. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
You've seen the billboards and the crazy floats, but what exactly is RiverBender.com? RiverBender.com puts the Riverbend community at your fingertips. Riverbend news and entertainment, as well as an awesome shopping guide with terrific money-saving coupons from area businesses, a full classified section, a link to local websites, games, and so much more. Plus, every week, RiverBender.com awards cash and prizes. You can be a winner, too. Don't miss out any longer. Check out RiverBender.com today.
My name is Sam Stem. Alongside is John Rogers. John, has this game lived up to your expectations?
It has, and more.
And more. It's been terrific. It's really been a dandy football game, and the Marquette Explorers trailing by 8 will start the fourth quarter, facing 2nd and 7.
You know what they're going to do? They'll probably go home and watch it on TV again, on their monitor.
They very well could. 2nd down and 7 for the Explorers, just outside the Carlinville 47-yard line. Best lines up in the shotgun with receivers left and right, a wing to the right. Newquist stands to the left of Max Best, who drops to throw. Now under pressure, scrambling, and he is sacked. All the way back at his own 43-yard line. And a loss on that play.
He didn't want that to happen. If he could have just thrown the ball away, because he was, although there's not the tackle rule in high school football, there were enough receivers out here in the flat that he could have convinced the official that he was trying to throw it to him.
A loss of 11 on that sack brings about 3rd down. 3rd and 18 for the Explorers from their own 42-yard line. Best now goes under center. We've got Keenan wide left, Schwartz wide right. Zerwas is a wing to the left, and back to throw is Best, looking down the left side and tried to hit Zerwas at about the 35 of Carlinville. And Zerwas, I think, got a hand on it and comes up a little bit upset because he didn't catch it. But I think it was just a little bit too tall for him, but a pretty good, well-thrown ball. They just barely missed on the connection. And the Explorers will have to drop into punt formation. Down to 11:05 remaining in the fourth quarter. Marquette trailing by 8. Corey Marin stands at his own 30-yard line, gets a high snap, gets the kick away under heavy pressure. Contact, and that's going to be roughing the kicker. And here's the return by the Cavaliers out across the 30. Now, the question is that going to be enough for a first down? Is that a personal foul, or is that just a running into call? Carlinville returned it to their own 37-yard line. Marquette had 4th and 18. They made contact with Marin.
Even if it isn't a first down, or if it's a minor running into the kicker penalty, they still need to kick the darn thing again.
Oh, it's a personal foul. Roughing the kicker, that's going to be an automatic first down, and the Explorers will retain possession and start with a new series of downs, I believe. Personal foul is always an automatic first down, is it not? They will walk it off from the spot of the foul. 15 yards. They pick the flag up at the 32 and walk 15 yards. Well, they marked it from the line of scrimmage. 15 yards. They put it down at the Carlinville 43-yard line. Personal foul roughing the kicker. First down for the Explorers at the Carlinville 43. That's a big penalty. Marquette's 14th first down of the night.
And I think Marin did a pretty good job.
Yeah, whoever's the drama coach now at Marquette needs to sign him up. Back to throw Vest. They set up a screen to the left side, completed to Newquist. And Carlinville did a good job of sniffing it out, and Newquist is tackled for a loss back at the 46-yard line, a loss of 3 on that play. So that's Newquist's 3rd reception of the night, but that one loses 3 yards. Second down and 13 for the Explorers at the Carlinville 46-yard line. Schwartz wide right. Keenan wide left. Wings left and right. Newquist the lone setback. Vest back to throw. Hit as he lets it go, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jake Harrison down at about the 34-yard line. He tried to make a sliding catch, but I think the difference there was the fact that Vest was hit just as he released that football. So now it's 3rd down and 13 for the Explorers at the Carlinville 46. 10:08 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Carlinville leading 21-13. It was 14-7 at the half in favor of the Cavaliers. They scored on a 78-yard run on the first play from scrimmage to start the third quarter. Now a big 3rd and 13 here for the Explorers at the Carlinville 46. Vest in the shotgun, drops the throw. Some pressure deep down the left side. He's got Keenan at the 20. He loses it out of bounds at the 15, but they say it is a catch and a first down for Marquette at the 15-yard line.
It was just a fly pattern for Keenan. The line at the left end there and just sprinted right downfield, and Vest found him.
Keenan's 3rd catch of the night, good for 68 yards total. 31 on that play. I'm not sure in the NFL they'd have called that a catch, but he did actually take a couple of strides after catching the ball, and then it came loose on the hit, but out of bounds at the 15, 1st and 10. Marquette right there. Vest in the shotgun, takes a snap, pitches back to Zerwas, who spins back to the line of scrimmage, but no further, no gain on that play for Jared Zerwas. 2nd and 10 Marquette, and the Explorers cannot afford to misfire here. They need to find a way to get the ball into the end zone, trailing by 8 with 9:40 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And Marquette has all the momentum right now, don't they? 2 straight stops by their defense, and their offense has moved the football. One drive died at the 6. Double wing formation, and back to throw is Vest, looking into the end zone. Now rolling back to his right. He's going to run with it. Inside the 15, inside the 10, and down to the 6 or 7 yard line. Max Vest with a nice scramble there. Shades of Fran Tarkenton. He picked up 9. It's going to be 3rd and a long yard. Well, he picked up 8, 3rd and 2.
Well, it's 4-down territory here anyway. The Explorers will go for it on 4th down if they don't pick it up here.
3rd and 2 at the 7 for Marquette. The clock rolling with 8:50 remaining. The Explorers trail by 8. Split backs behind fast, and now Marquette jumped. That time they tried to go on the quick count, and they moved too quickly that time. Zerwas was going to pick up the 1st down, and who knows how much more. But now 3rd and 2 becomes 3rd and 7.
Well, as I said earlier, that quick count is good, but you've got to make sure everyone's set. Everyone hustles out there to get set.
As I saw it, I think the left side of the line just went a half count early. Or the snap came a half count late. But,
well, that could have been. We thought the snap was late.
One other time. 3rd and 7 Marquette at the 12. Receivers left and right, double wing formation. Vest puts a man in motion to the left side. That's Zerwas. Vest drops the throw, looking out to his left. Lets it go. He's got Zerwas incomplete. Zerwas tried to make a diving catch at the 4-yard line, and the official was right there to say he did not come away with it. Now 4th down, and the Explorers send the field goal team in. Trailing by 8, they'll try to cut the deficit. Corey Marin from the middle of the field will try a 30-yard attempt. He hit from 39 last week. Max Vest will hold. Smack dab in the middle of the field. The snap, the spot, the kick, up plenty long, and it is no good. He missed it to the left. No good, and the Cavaliers will take over at their own 20-yard line with 8:14 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Well, he hit it well. He just pulled it a bit left. He had plenty of distance, plenty of height, and the Explorers opted for the 30-yard field goal attempt instead of 4th and 7 at the 12. And, you know, there's no guarantee if you do get a touchdown, you're going to get a 2-point conversion, so that would have put them in a position where they could have taken the lead with a touchdown. But,
I'd rather have taken the chance of going ahead and score and tie it up, because there is
8:14
with our time.
And now the Explorers take a timeout. 8:14 remaining 4th quarter. Marquette trailing the Cavaliers. It's Carlinville 21, Marquette 13. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports. Altonized Community Federal Credit Union has been dedicated to offering personalized, reliable service to meet the diversified financial need of each member since 1939. And on average, credit unions provide the best financial offerings with fewer fees, lower rates on loans, and higher rates on savings. Stop in today and learn about all the benefits of being a member of Altonized Community Federal Credit Union. And with only months left until Christmas, be sure to ask about their holiday loan special. Auto Centers Nissan, the largest Nissan dealer in Southern Illinois, is moving to a new state-of-the-art facility located near 255 in Wood River. This new facility at 1825 East Edwardsville Road will give us the ability to serve you even better. Along with award-winning service, we have huge selection, over 300 vehicles, including hard-to-find, high-line, and specialty cars. Come in and visit us today or check us out online at www.autocentersnissan.com, where you always buy it right. Sam Stem along with John Rogers back at Public School Stadium in Alton. Carlinville leading Marquette 21-13. The winner will be the South Central Conference West champion. Both teams came into tonight's play 4-0 in the conference play. It is the final conference game. And here is the give right up the middle for the Cavaliers. That's Walker, I believe. And he picks up 5, maybe 6. It is Dane Walker. Gain of 6 out to the 26-yard line.
Marquette cannot afford to let Carlinville sustain any type of drive.
The Cavaliers have but 1 first down here in the second half. That was on that 78-yard touchdown.
And this last one here was the best offensive effort since that play.
Second down and 4, Cavaliers from their own 26. Here's the give to Frankfurt. And not a good mesh between the quarterback, Kirkland, and Frankfurt. But Frankfurt manages to dive forward for 2 yards out to the 28. Now 3rd and a short 2. Frankfurt, 15 carries for 58 yards. Now the Cavaliers slow in getting a play in. And they're going to have to take a timeout. He comes with 7:05 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Carlinville leading Marquette 21-13. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
There's no better place to get ready for Halloween than Baxter's. Need a costume for Halloween? Baxter's has a huge selection of costumes for rent. Having a Halloween party? Baxter's has aisles and aisles of spooky decorations, plus lots of fun and creepy toys for your trick-or-treaters. Pirates and princesses are big this year, but Baxter's can help you create your very own theme party with their 60-plus years of ideas. Make one stop to the place where great parties begin. Baxter's in Alton on Broadway. Baxter's business is fun.
Berger Automotive is ranked #1 for fixing cars right the first time and #1 for customer satisfaction. Berger Automotive can work on all models of vehicles and is your full-service car specialist for oil changes, major mechanical, body work, collision repairs, and tires. Loaner cars are available. Berger by the Bridge is better.
Honesty and integrity, that's Berger Automotive. Berger Automotive.
Well, a big 3rd down play upcoming here. 3rd and a short 2 for the Cavaliers just outside their own 28-yard line. They need to get to the 30 to keep this drive alive, down to 7:05 remaining. Now the Cavaliers jump. The Explorers came rushing up to the line of scrimmage as if to shoot linebackers into every gap, and the left end moved. And so a 5-yard walk-off, and I think that's exactly what the Explorers were hoping would happen. So the 5th penalty of the night against Carlinville.
Now, let's don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Let's put the stop on them here and force them to punt the ball back to Marquette.
3rd and 7, Carlinville. Well, let's call it 3rd and 6 from their own 24. Backs in the wishbone formation. Kirkland turns, pitches. Here is the running back, Ray, trying to sweep the left side. He gets to the 25, but no more. And the Explorers will get the football back as Carlinville will drop into punt formation. So Eddie Ray picked up 2 on that carry. And now they stop the clock. But I'm not sure why. Let's see. Well, I think maybe a couple players were slow in getting up and they weren't sure if there was an injury or what. Now Marquette seemingly having difficulty getting the right personnel onto the field. 4th and 5, Cavaliers from their own 25-yard line. And Chris Walker in punt formation kicks it away. And Max Vest will pick it up at his own 35. He was on a knee when he picked it up, but that's all right. He just didn't want it to roll any further than that. So the Explorers, trailing by 8, have 6:39 remaining on the fourth quarter clock, and they're 65 yards from a potentially tying touchdown. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and they have not been stopped here in the second half. They moved the football up and down the field. They had one drive stall at the 6-yard line when they couldn't convert on a 4th down play. They had another drive that stalled at the 12-yard line and tried a 30-yard field goal that was no good. And had another drive where they scored a touchdown. They start here from their own 35. Zerwas to the left side. Zerwas turns it upfield, runs over a tackler, still on his feet at the 40. And finally, 3 Cavaliers hurl him to the turf after a 5-yard pickup by Jared Zerwas. Well, his ankle obviously is not 100%, but he's giving 100% effort and then some, isn't he? I mean, on that play, he ran over one tackler and then had 3 tacklers hanging on, and it took all 3 of them to finally stop his forward momentum after a 5-yard gain. Second down and 5. Explorers from their own 40. Zerwas, a single lead to the right side. Zerwas on his feet. First down yardage across the 45 to the 46-yard line. A gain of 6 on that carry. 116 yards rushing on 16 carries for Jared Zerwas. They stopped the clock to move the sticks. With 5:53 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The 16th first down of the night for the Explorers. Their 9th of the second half. First and 10 from their own 46. Plenty of time on the clock, but they need to get it done on this possession. Double wing formation, receivers left and right. Max Vest now appears to be changing the play. He takes the snap and drops the throw. Quick out to the left side, completes it to Zach Keenan across midfield to the 48 of the Cavaliers. And a gain of 6 on that completion. Did you think he checked off there?
Well, it looked like it.
And just the quick pass to the left wideout. Second and 4 Explorers at the Cavalier 48. Oh, Zerwas was in motion to the right side and turned it upfield too quickly. Or perhaps the snap came late. I'm not sure which. But 5-yard walk-off against the Explorers. And second and 4 becomes second and 9. Only the third penalty of the night against the Explorers. But the one moments ago down in the red zone was very costly, and this one could be too. So that moves it back to the Marquette 46-yard line, where they'll face second and 9. And the clock rolls again with 5 minutes and counting remaining in the fourth quarter. Carlinville leads by 8. This game for the championship of the South Central Conference West. Back to pass Vest. Plenty of time. Rolling to his right. Sets. Lets it go deep down the middle. Intended for Zerwas. What a catch by Zerwas. He went high in the air between 2 defenders at the 21-yard line. And the Explorers have a first down right there.
The word quit is not in his vocabulary. I tell you that, because he's 5'9", 5'10 at the most, and he went up to get the pass.
I think we ought to just call him Superman. I just can't imagine what more he could do. First and 10 Marquette at the 21 of the Cavaliers. Vest in the shotgun, and now again the Explorers are going to have an illegal procedure. As that time they put Newquist in motion, and I think he moved toward the line of scrimmage before the snap of the ball. So another procedure penalty against Marquette, their third here in the fourth quarter. Marquette had no penalties at halftime, 4 penalties here in the second half. Clock rolling with 4:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. First and 15 Marquette at the 26 of the Cavaliers. Double wing formation. Vest under center takes the snap. Rolls to his left under pressure, and he's sacked all the way back at the 39. He tried to put a move on and couldn't do anything. They'll put him down at the 38. So that'll be a loss of about 12 on that sack. And bring about, go ahead.
He can look terrific at times, and other times I second-guessed him. I think twice he should have thrown that ball away instead of taking the sack.
Second and 27 for the Explorers at the 38 of the Cavaliers. Vest drops to throw, looking to his left, down the left sideline, intended for Keenan, and nearly a juggling catch by Zach Keenan at the 5-yard line. He went up with a defender, got a hand on it, batted it up a second time, and very nearly came down with it at the 5. It would have been an astounding catch had he made it, and he almost did. So now third and 27 for the Explorers. That stops the clock with 3:31 remaining. Well, the Explorers have 2 downs here to try to pick up 27 yards. Max Vest came over to the near sideline to get the play from head coach Rick Reinhardt. They send Schwartz and Harrison wide right. Keenan and Brimage wide left. Vest in the shotgun. Drops to throw. Feeling some pressure. Under pressure, and he's going to be sacked again this time all the way back at his own 48. And the Carlinville faithful on the far sideline put up a big howl. 12-yard loss back to the 49-yard line on that sack. And Vest has been sacked 3 times now for a total of 35 yards. And now Marquette has no choice but to punt. As the clock ticks inside of 3 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. And Marquette in desperate need. The Explorers do have 2 timeouts remaining. And what they really like here is maybe to have Carlinville mishandle this punt.
Or do another roughing the kicker. Oh, they stayed away that
time. And a good kick by Corey Marin. It hits at the 10 and rolls down to the 1 where it's picked up. And the return man is tackled at the 7. That was not a smart move on the part of Dusty Hainsfurther. I think if he'd have let it go, it would have rolled into the end zone. He picked it up at the 1 and returned it to the 7. And so now the Marquette defense cannot allow Carlinville to pick up a first down, and Marquette will probably have to burn its final 2 timeouts here. So, 1st and 10 Carlinville from their own 7-yard line. The Cavaliers lead 21-13. They led by 7 at the half. They lead by 8 here with 2:29 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Cavaliers send a receiver wide to the left side. The back's in the wishbone behind Kirkland. Greg Kirkland, their quarterback, takes the snap and gives it to the fullback. Right up the middle, Frankfurt, and he gets a yard, but no more, and Marquette will burn a timeout. Well, they signaled initially Carlinville, but it was indeed a Marquette timeout. A gain of 1 on that carry by Justin Frankfurt. Frankfurt has not done much here in the second half. In the second half, 4 carries, no yards. So the Explorers have really shut down the Carlinville running game here in the second half, except for the 78-yard touchdown run to start the second half on the first play from scrimmage after the second half kickoff. So the clock stopped with 2:23 remaining in the fourth quarter. Marquette has 1 timeout remaining. And Carlinville faces 2nd and 9 from their own 8-yard line. Carlinville has not thrown a pass here tonight. The Explorers almost daring them to throw a pass as they're just stacking that line of scrimmage.
Well, if they haven't thrown one tonight, they won't throw one this late in the ball game.
They send a receiver wide to the right side. 2nd down and 9 Cavaliers from their own 8-yard line. Carlinville leading by 8 points. Here is the give up the middle. That's Walker still on his feet. He's going to be very close to a first down as he crosses the 10 and takes it out to the 11-yard line. I think he's going to be about a half-yard shy. And Marquette uses its final timeout. And that was a big run there by Dane Walker as he picked up 8. And it's 3rd and 1. And now, this is really the ball game, this play, isn't it? Mm-hmm. They pick up the first down, they'll run out the clock. Marquette has no timeouts remaining, so the Explorers absolutely cannot allow them to pick up the first down. And so the Explorers huddle around their coaching staff here on the near sideline. And Carlinville doing the same on the far sideline. Don Borgini, the head coach of the Carlinville Cavaliers. With a win, Carlinville would improve to 5-2, extend their winning streak to 5 games, all in the South Central Conference. And they will be the conference champions with a home game next week against Vandalia.
Which is a tough ball club also.
Yes, it is.
That's what I'm saying, that they probably need to win out.
Now the Cavaliers move again. The Explorers did the same thing, didn't they?
And it's the same kid.
Yes, it was. They rushed the line of scrimmage. Marquette simulated as if all the defensive backs and linebackers were going to shoot gaps. As soon as the Cavaliers set themselves, the Explorers rushed everybody to the line of scrimmage, and again the left end stood up. And that's a huge play, especially if the Explorers
can capitalize.
They have to stop him here. It's 3rd and 6 Cavaliers from their own 12-yard line. And here is the give. No gain on the play, a loss on the play, back to the 10. And now the Cavaliers will have to drop into punt formation. The clock is rolling with 2:05 remaining. Dane Walker lost a yard on that carry. Now it's 4th and 7 for the Cavaliers. And they send the punting team onto the field. And back deep for the Explorers is Max Vest standing at midfield.
Move up, Max. They haven't kicked it that deep all game.
Now the Cavaliers use their final timeout. 1:40 remaining, fourth quarter. Carlinville 21, Marquette 13. The Explorers will get the ball back. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Thinking about doing some home improvement? The time has never been better than right now thanks to Eagle Home Improvement. We can handle all your remodeling needs including windows, siding, sunroofs, roofs, decks, and so much more. Right now save 33% on Eagle Board energy efficient siding. Save 25% on Eagle Series Gold Collection windows. Save 10% on sunroofs and 15% on the project of your choice. We even offer financing for all your remodeling needs. Call Eagle Home Improvement today for a free in-home estimate. 618-259-2500.
It begins with a dream. It takes a steady hand and teamwork, and it ends in a dream come true. At Ralph G. Pasley Custom Homes, we custom design and build your home exactly the way you envision it. Whether you own your lot or you want to locate in one of our growing subdivisions, we'll build your home wherever your dream takes you. Call Ralph G. Pasley Custom Homes today at 800-377-3350, working together to build one dream at a time.
Well, what would you do here, Coach? Go for the block or set up the return?
I would set up the return.
It looks like they may be going for the block, though. But they put 10 men at the line of scrimmage. I think if you were going to set up the return, wouldn't you want a short return man up there? They do try to go for the block, but they get the kick away, and it hits and rolls dead at the 44 of the Cavaliers, who take their time downing it, just letting as much time roll off the clock as possible. And it's 1:28. They go 44 yards. Then they'll need a 2-point conversion to force overtime. And that is Marquette's only, well, I shouldn't say their only hope for winning the game, because, gosh, they can score on one play here and, pick up a fumble. But for all intents and purposes, you would think if Marquette is going to win, they're going to have to score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion here and force it into overtime. Best in the shotgun. Lets it go out to the left side. Incomplete. He had two receivers right there together. Drew Schwartz went up at the 32 and very nearly brought it down, but right there next to him was Cecil Brimage. And I don't think they had the routes run exactly the way they wanted to, but that stops the clock with 1:23 remaining. Second down and 10.
Well, with that situation that the Explorers are in, they should be throwing an out pattern so that if the reception is made, they can step out of bounds. That time, both kids went right across the middle.
Second and 10, Marquette at the 44 of the Cavaliers. Back to throw, Vest sets himself, lets it go down the left side, and that's intercepted by the Cavaliers to the 40 to midfield and bumped out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Making the interception was Dusty Hainsfurther, and he paid a price at the 45 as somebody just nailed him. But Vest kind of floated that one into double coverage, and it was a pretty easy interception for Hainsfurther at the 20, who returned it all the way back to the Marquette 45. And now Carlinville will just run the final minute 11 off the clock, and the Cavaliers will be South Central Conference champions. But let me tell you, anybody that paid for a ticket here tonight, you and I didn't pay, but we got our money's worth, but so did the paying customers. It's been a terrific football game, and the Explorers will go away disappointed, but I guarantee you that I'm sure the coaching staff will point out all the positives, the times they could have. Marquette dominated here in the second half. There is the quarterback, Kirkland, going to a knee, and he'll have to do that a couple more times, and the Cavaliers will escape with a 21-13 victory. But it turns out probably the biggest play of this ball game was that 78-yard touchdown run to start the second half to give the Cavaliers that 2-touchdown lead. Twice Marquette got down in the red zone in the fourth quarter and had drive stall.
Well, that was the only offensive play of the second half for Carlinville, was that opening run.
Yep. Marquette's defense shut him down from that point forward, and Marquette's offense knocked on the door often but couldn't get it in but one time here in the second half. And there is the quarterback, Kirkland, taking a knee again, and the final 20 seconds will tick off. Carlinville begins to celebrate, and Marquette stands on the near sideline dejectedly watching the celebration begin for the Cavaliers. Carlinville wins the South Central Conference West here in 2007 as they defeat Marquette 21-13 in a Dandy football game here at Public School Stadium. These two teams could meet again. It's happened before. But I doubt it. You don't think so? No. They'd be in different classes, different classifications. Well, it's a shame because it would be fun to watch a rematch. But Carlinville wins it. The final score, the Cavaliers 21, the Explorers 13. Back to wrap it up in just a moment. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game brought to you by Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance. Johnson's Corner, the most popular corner in Alton. Premier Title, professional service with a personal touch. Chuck West Agency, serving your insurance needs for 47 years. Rolling Hills, the friendliest golf course in the Riverbend. Roberts Motors in Alton and Woodriver. Midwest Motorsports, your fun headquarters in Hartford. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Century 21 Seneca Edwards, big or small, we sell them all. Alton Ice Community Credit Union, offering lower rates on loans and higher rates on savings. Eagle Home Improvement, call us today for a free home estimate. Auto Centers Nissan, where you always buy it right. Ralph G. Pasley Custom Homes, working together to build one dream at a time. Baxter's on Broadway in Alton, where great parties begin. And Berger Automotive, where customer service comes first.
Saturday at 10, right here on Z1570.
Stand along with John Rogers back at Public School Stadium in Alton, where the Carlinville Cavaliers have defeated the Marquette Explorers 21-13 in a very entertaining football game, a very well-played football game, and a game that either team could have won, but the Cavaliers made the trip here to Alton, and they take home the first place trophy for the South Central Conference. They finished the conference portion of their schedule 5-0. Marquette finishes 4-1 in the conference. And John Rogers, this was a tale of two halves. Carlinville dominated the first half. And took a 14-7 lead into the locker room at halftime. The Explorers dominated the second half. I'll share some statistics with you a little bit later on, but it really came down to several opportunities. First, the big 78-yard touchdown run on the first play from scrimmage for Carlinville, and then twice the Explorers getting into the red zone in the fourth quarter and coming away with no points. And the fact of the matter is Carlinville outscored Marquette in both halves, even though the Explorers outplayed them by a large margin in the second half.
Well, you're right, Sam, and it was a very interesting ball game. It really was. And as you mentioned, no one should go away unhappy about this ball game because it's probably one of the best high school football games that have been played here.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game brought to you by Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance. Johnson's Corner, the most popular corner in Alton. Premier Title, professional service with a personal touch. Chuck West Agency, serving your insurance needs for 47 years. Rolling Hills, the friendliest golf course in the Riverbend. Roberts Motors in Alton and Woodiver. Midwest Motorsports, your fun headquarters in Hartford. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Century 21 Seneca Edwards, big or small, we sell them all. Altonized Community Credit Union, offering lower rates on loans and higher rates on savings. Eagle Home Improvement, call us today for a free home estimate. Auto Centers Nissan, where you always buy it right. Ralph G. Pasley Custom Homes, working together to build one dream at a time. Baxter's on Broadway in Alton, where great parties begin. And Berger Automotive, where customer service comes first.